What's going on YouTube? XFACTOR Fitness here, and today I have a nice beginner level pull workout for you to follow. A lot of times we don't know what to actually do inside the gym, which is why none of us get results or none of us even start working out. So right here is going to be a pull workout and specifically for beginners. So if you are intermediate, advanced, this is not the video for you. So when I say pull workout, what I'm talking about is all pulling movements. All right, so inside the gym, we're going to be focused on our back. We're going to focus on our rhomboids, our lats, our traps, and we're also going to target some of the biceps. All right, and the bicep has two heads that we're going to target, but overall, just for the basic knowledge of things, we're targeting the back and the biceps. Those are all pulling movements. We're talking about pull-ups, rows, biceps. We're going to be pulling up, pull movements. Then when we talk about push movements, we're talking about chest, shoulders, and triceps. That's when we're doing all kind of pushing exercises. And of course, when we're talking about legs, we're talking about nothing but the lower body. So if you are new to the gym, if you're new to working out, push-pull legs is a basic split that benefits a lot of individuals. Guaranteed results. Push-pull legs is going to allow you to rest and recover. So after you hit a pull workout, you can now rest for 2 to 3 days and attack another pull workout. Because after this pull workout, tomorrow or even the next day, you'll be hitting a push workout or even a leg workout. So that's going to allow you an optimal amount of recovery. All right, so that's all the basics. So now let's get right into the workout. We're going to talk about the exercises that we're going to do, and we're also going to break it down to how many repetitions and how many sets we should be doing. This workout, I want you to follow the next time you go in the gym, the next time you're ready to hit your back and biceps. Let's get it. All right, so when you first walk into the gym, I do not want you to jump into any workout while you are cold. And when I say cold, I mean your muscles will be cold because you have not done anything to prime and get them ready for the entire workout. So what you need to do is walk into the gym and get loose. We're starting with arm circles. We're just moving our arms around, twisting our torso. What we want to do again is just warm the body up. Increase the heart rate just a little bit. But what we don't want to do is jump into any workout cold because that will put you at risk of injury. And if you are injured, you cannot train anymore. So after we're done warming up the body, now we need to jump into our first exercise, which is going to be the primer. This exercise right here is going to prime us for the entire pull workout ahead of us. All right, so what I like to do is start with pull-ups. Now, if you are simply a beginner, you will not be able to do as many pull-ups as you think. But that's why we need to jump into the assisted pull-up machine, which I'll put on the screen right now. This machine is going to allow you to get more repetitions than your body can actually handle. And what I mean by that is, normally you'll probably be able to go do 2 or 3 pull-ups. With this assisted machine, you probably will be able to crank out 10 repetitions, because what we're gonna do is simply put the weight lower than our body weight on the machine, and it's gonna assist us on the way up. So when we're trying to pull ourselves up, it's going to assist us. That's why it's called the assisted pull-up machine. I recommend you start with this to prime the body. Now, if you are at home, you probably don't have an assisted pull-up machine at your house. If you do, kudos to you, but I don't. So what I use is a resistance band. So the same as the assisted pull-up, the resistance band is going to assist me on my way up. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put my knee inside of the actual resistance band itself after I attach it to the pull-up bar. And then I'm simply going to do my pull-ups. I'm going to shoot from anywhere from 8 to 12 repetitions, and I'm going to do 3 sets of that. That's going to be my first exercise. That's going to make sure that my body is prime, and again, even more warm than it was when I first came into the gym. So you always want to start with that primer exercise. Now, if you do not want to do the pull-up, you can simply do some straight arm pull downs or even some rope pull downs. So since I'm at home, I choose the rope pull down because that's the attachment that I have. So this rope pull down is more of an isolation movement, but again, it's a primer. It's going to warm the back up. It's going to get those back muscles fired up and ready for the workout. So with this exercise, what we're doing is simply leaning forward just a bit, hinging at the hips, leaning forward, and we're keeping our arms straight but slightly bent just a little bit in the elbow, and we're pulling the rope all the way down to our lower abdomen area, or even the straight bar, pulling it all the way down, keeping it in that straight fixed motion. Again, this is just a primer exercise. I do not want you to overexert yourself, to exhaust yourself right before the workout. Just get you some repetitions in. For these exercises right here, the primer exercise, we are shooting from anywhere from 8 to 12 repetitions, 3 sets on each. And I say 3 sets on each because you can actually do both of these exercises if you want, but it's okay to not do both. You simply just need to do at least one. All right, guys, next up we have our strength building exercise. This right here is going to help us build some strength because that's what we want. Every time we go inside the gym, we want to make sure that we are getting stronger. That's ideal, whether you're male or female. The goal is still to always get stronger, because when you get stronger, ideally you are putting on some muscle. And when you're putting on muscle, you put yourself in a great position to burn more calories, to drop more body fat, to be better just all around in all areas of the gym. You need muscle, and females and males should have muscle. So next up, we have our barbell rows. We need to be doing rows. Rows are going to be very, very important when we're talking about really developing that back, really building up those lats. When we're talking about being wide, when we're talking about a V taper, we want our lats to be developed, and barbell rows are going to help with that. Any rows in general, but we were talking about strength right here, and that's when we use a barbell. Notice that when we see power lifters, they're doing squats, deadlifts, and bench press, all barbell. A barbell comes with building muscle, getting stronger. So barbell rows are ideal. Now, if you don't have a barbell, it is okay. And since you are a beginner, it is okay not to use a barbell. You can simply opt for some dumbbells. So you can do the same thing. These are dumbbell rows, but we're gonna hold the dumbbells just as if we're holding a barbell, and we're just gonna simply row. Really squeezing our back, driving with our elbows. That's very, very important when we're talking about rowing. Driving with the elbows. It's more of a mind-muscle connection that you have to learn, but it starts now. Drive with your elbows, focus on pulling back, pulling your elbows back. That's gonna help you really target that back. And when you're up there, I want you to contract your back. Contract as best as you can. Force as much blood into the back as you can. So again, you do not have to use a barbell, you can do dumbbells. And you also can use an easy bar if you have one. All right, XFACTOR Fitness team, if you are still here, I need you to lock into the channel. Subscribe right now. Exercise tutorials, workout videos, nutrition tips, all for you to get better. So you need to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the content that I'm dropping for you. All right, now let's have some fun. We're gonna jump into some supersets. So a superset is simply going from one exercise to the next non-stop. Let's say 12 repetitions on this exercise, 12 on this exercise, that will be one set. So the exercises that we're gonna superset for our beginners out there is gonna be some chest supported rows. So what we're gonna do is use a bench and some dumbbells. If you are in the gym, I recommend that you go find a chest supported rowing machine. It will help you a little bit more than these dumbbells will, because again, using dumbbells is ideal, but if you're a beginner, it might be a little difficult. But I still want you to try it out. So right here we have our chest supported rows. We're simply gonna lie on the bench at an incline, chest supported, and we're gonna row, pulling back with our elbows. Again, rowing is gonna be ideal when we're talking about building a wider back. Now what we're gonna do is superset that with some cable rows. Now I don't have a cable row machine in here, so what I only have is resistance bands, which will still give me the same effect. Resistance bands aren't as good as cables, but they can be fairly similar. So what I do is lock in that resistance band right into the door, and I'm doing some seated rows. So seated cable rows is what I want you to do if you are in the gym. I want you to superset these two exercises. I want you hitting 12 to 15 repetitions, and I want you hitting at least 3 sets minimum. Now the reason why we do supersets is so we can cut down on time, because we could do one exercise for 3 sets and then we can do the other exercise for 3 sets, but that just might be a little bit longer. So what we do is we cut back on time, we do supersets, and also it allows us to keep blood force into our back, blood force into those muscles, which is going to help us when we're talking about building muscle. If you're new to this channel, you may not know, but we are all about building muscle. And again, I don't care if you're a male or a female, you need to be building some muscle. All right, guys, finishing up this workout with biceps. All right, so I said earlier, biceps have 2 heads, but for the sake of the beginners out here, we're just gonna focus on saying we're training our biceps, all right? We're gonna hit the bicep at different angles, and we're gonna force as much blood as we can. So with that, we're gonna do supersets again. This is again to cut back on time, but also to force as much blood into that muscle that we're training. So we're gonna start with some seated dumbbell curls. We're gonna start with a neutral grip, and when we pull up, we're gonna supinate our wrists. So supinating is when you go from neutral and you turn and have those palms facing you. So that's what we're gonna do. We're really gonna squeeze that bicep. Now the reason I want you to do this seated at a beginning level is simply because I don't want you swinging using too much momentum. What I want you to do is lock your back into the bench. I want you to pull your shoulders back, and I want you to really focus on moving nothing but your forearms and really squeezing your biceps. Then after that, we're gonna move right into our hammer curls. Still seated, we're gonna shake off a little bit, maybe 10 seconds, but then we're gonna pick those dumbbells up, and with that neutral grip, simply as if we're hitting a hammer, we're gonna do some hammer curls, all right? Still alternating, one arm on the next. If you're feeling good, you can do 2 arms at the same time, but alternating is a good way to do it as well. Again, this is to force as much blood into those biceps as we can. Our forearms are going to be targeted, our bicep is going to be targeted. So luckily for you guys, I've already made a bicep video all about the short head and the long head of the bicep. So this is where I break down some exercises that you should be doing in your workouts in order to really develop some nice biceps. But these two exercises right here, the seated dumbbell curl and the seated hammer curl, are going to be ideal for the beginners out there getting started. So try these out. All right, XFACTOR Fitness team, that is it for this pull workout. This is the beginner level pull workout that you should be doing in order to really develop a nice back, some good biceps, but also to get you primed and started on your journey. You clicked on this video, so I'm assuming you are new to the gym. These exercises right here are for anybody, but mainly for you. You should be able to do these exercises with no problem. Now, if you need more help, I need you to check out these exercise tutorials. I made these videos to simply help you when you're doing your exercising. And I also have a lot of home workouts for a lot of you out there who are still at home. These are using dumbbells and some are using body weight, but these are going to really help you get started on your fitness journey. So I appreciate you guys for locking in. Make sure you like this video, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.